Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fighting words. So in this video, I want to talk about David Lemieux and David Benavidez. So apparently we got a fight on the rise that will be announced very soon between David Lemieux from Canada and David Benavidez. So this is going to be a good fight. This is a good fight. Absolutely. I think it's a nice progression for David Benavidez. And David Lemieux hasn't been the most active in a while, so it's good to see him back. And he's still got some years left. He's only like 33 years old. So, why not? I mean, he's definitely taking a big risk and chance in fighting David Benavidez. And for David Benavidez, this is good for him. It's good practice. It's good for his progression. It's good for his growth. Because he is calling out the big names now. He's been calling out Charlo. He's been calling out Canelo. He was calling out Caleb Plant. He was calling out all the guys with belts. So, although he's had belts before, this is still a good step up in competition, I feel, for him. Just to do a quick breakdown for the two guys, I feel like with David Benavidez, you're going to get precision, you're going to get speed, and you're going to get power. You're going to get somebody who's going to walk you down. Not much movement, though, but just amazing hand speed for his size and great combinations. And David Lemieux, what you get is power, persistence, and, again, coming forward. He's going to throw some big shots. He's had a lot of knockouts in his career. He had a war with Triple G. Well, I really wouldn't call it a war. It started off as a war, and then it ended up just being a Triple G show. But he showed tremendous heart. He continued to fight. The fight was stopped, but he continued to fight. And I don't know. I think it's very risky for David Lemieux personally, because I don't see any way he could beat David Benavidez. He's younger. He's faster. Not to mention, David Benavidez, he sparred Triple G for like years. He was sparring Triple G when he was like 15, 16 years old. And he was holding his own. Like he was in there with like lions at like 15, 16 years old. So if David Lemieux couldn't get through a Triple G fight, I don't really know what he plans to do with David Benavidez, who's even younger and was holding his own in his teens. And now he's an adult grown man coming to his grown man strength and his grown man body. I don't know what he can do with David Benavidez. Maybe he's been working on some things. Maybe he sees something that, could be a little questionable. I feel like David Benavidez is great at preserving his energy because he doesn't do a whole lot of movement. The only thing really moving with David Benavidez is he's walking straight. He doesn't take any steps back. He's walking straight. And he's firing off his hands. But in terms of like lateral movement and, he's not doing any of that. Another thing about David Benavidez that I like, that I feel like he can continue to get away with right now with the competition that he's been fighting, is a lot of times guys will fight off center. They'll throw punches off center. Their head is either here or here. What David Benavidez will do, because he's so tall and he just has a lean frame, is he'll just lean all the way back. He'll be able to get away with that because he's dealing with David Lemieux. However, David Lemieux is, I would say, a lower version of Triple G in a sense, to where they're straight punches. So, you could get away with just leaning back, but just know those punches are coming straight. I would definitely tell David Lemieux, if I were him, if I were in his camp, if I was training him, I would suggest, let's just work on body work. Let's just work on body work. And let's also work on some movement. Number one, because I don't think David Benavidez can chase you down. And number two, because David Benavidez, although, he's been working on his body and, making weight throughout the years and all those things and all his little hiccups and complications, he's never had a hard body. It's always been a soft body. So with that being said, I would definitely go, do some body work on him, soften him up, and then, in the latter rounds, then you can see, you can try your luck upstairs. But I would definitely invest all my punches in the body early, but also moving, sticking and moving. A nice jab to the body, that would do it. Just take the air out of him, frustrate him, because you would do it once. A perfect example of that would be like Floyd Mayweather. How he'll just circle a guy and just stab him to the body, but constantly moving, never planting himself. And that's what you're going to need to do, because David Benavidez, if you let him, he's going to cut off the ring. He's going to walk you down. He's going to big brother you the whole time. And then you're going to be stuck with this big dude with these fast hands, fast, heavy hands at that. And he's throwing them in combinations. It's not like he's just jab, 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 jab. No, he's throwing heavy, but he's also throwing heavy in combinations. And again, for a guy his size, it always amazes me when I see him throw, because his hand speed is just like ridiculous, So, like I said, David Lemieux has got a lot on his hands. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but he's definitely got a lot on his hands. And I think, like I said, this is good, busy work, and I feel step up in competition for David Benavidez. But I don't believe there's any reason why he can't overcome this obstacle in David Lemieux. So overall, I think it's a good fight. I look forward to seeing it. I want to know your thoughts. Drop your thoughts down below. And as always, please like, please share, and also please subscribe.